Let me ask you something. What would you do with a way bigger tax refund? Well, that's not just a daydream. For a lot of us, it's looking like a real possibility come 2026. There's a pretty unique financial event shaping up, and today we're going to break down the 7 biggest reasons you might be getting a much larger check from the IRS. And I want to be super clear here. We're not talking about a few extra bucks. The source material is pointing to a massive financial event. They're even calling it a refund surge. This is a really big shift that could impact millions and millions of households. So, the million-dollar question is, are you going to be one of them? Think of the next few minutes as a kind of personal checklist. We're going to walk through all the groups who are set to benefit the most from these new changes, so you'll want to listen up and see if your name is on this list. So you might be wondering, how is this even possible? Well, it all boils down to this one key idea: backdated deductions. Basically, a new tax law came into play that created these huge write-offs. And here's the kicker: they apply retroactively. In plain English, you've probably been overpaying on your taxes all year long and didn't even know it. Okay, first up, let's talk about new deductions for workers. If you're out there earning a paycheck, these next few points are for you, because these new rules could mean a whole lot more money coming back into your pocket. We're going to hit 3 specific groups in this section. We've got working seniors, tipped employees, and folks who earn overtime. Let's kick things off with seniors. All right, first reason on our list is for seniors, and this is a huge one. A brand new extra standard deduction is being rolled out, and it's specifically for older workers. And just how big are we talking? Well, for married couples, this could mean an extra deduction of up to $12,000. I mean, that is a massive chunk of income that's suddenly protected from taxes, which, as you can imagine, can seriously boost a refund. Next up, we have what could be a total game changer for anyone working in the service industry. For the very first time, tipped employees are going to be able to deduct a part of their tip income. And the scale of this new benefit is pretty incredible. We're talking about a deduction of up to $25,000 in tip income. This is a completely new tax break that's going to directly help millions of bartenders, servers, and other professionals who rely on tips. And the third break for workers is for everybody who's been putting in those extra hours. You know who you are. If you've earned overtime, you're finally getting a break. Part of that hard-earned overtime pay is now officially tax-free. But it's not just about individual workers. The next set of breaks we're looking at are aimed squarely at families. So if you've got kids, listen up, because a pretty significant financial boost could be headed your way. So what's reason number 4? It's a benefit a lot of parents rely on, the child tax credit, and it is getting a very nice increase. This is one of the most direct ways that money is getting put right back into the budgets of families. The new number you're going to want to remember is $2,200. That's the new boosted amount for the credit per child. And you can do the math. For families with a few kids, this adds up incredibly fast, and it's going to make a very real difference on their tax return. All right, for our third category, we're going to zoom out a little bit. These next changes offer some relief based on where you live and some of the big ticket purchases you might have made recently. Reason number 5 is a massive deal for homeowners, especially if you live in a high-tax state. The cap on deducting your state and local taxes, you might have heard it called the SALT deduction, is getting a huge, dramatic boost. Just how dramatic are we talking? Well, the old cap was stuck at $10,000. The new cap, it's $40,000. Yep, you heard that right. That is a 4 times increase, which opens up some huge potential savings for homeowners in certain states. And reason number 6 is for all you new car owners out there. If you bought a new vehicle recently, there's a brand new deduction available for the interest you're paying on your car loan. But there are a couple of key conditions to know about. So here's the fine print. This deduction is specifically for new cars that are assembled right here in America. And you're deducting the loan interest, not the sticker price of the car. But still, it's a fantastic new benefit if you happen to qualify. And that brings us to our final point. Now, this one's a little different because it's not just about that one-time refund check. It's really about looking ahead at what your regular paychecks are going to look like in the near future. So our final reason actually looks beyond the refund. It turns out nearly everyone can expect to see bigger paychecks starting in 2026. And why is that? Well, because as payroll systems all across the country adjust to these new rules, they're just going to automatically start withholding less tax from your pay. So to kind of wrap this all up, it is really important to remember that this is a special circumstance. The source material is very clear. This is a one-time refund surge, and it's happening because of these backdated tax changes. It's a temporary windfall for sure, and one that's definitely worth planning for. And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. This isn't just about the numbers on a screen. It's about what they mean for you. Knowing that this is a unique one-time surge, it really makes you stop and think. If